Alright, it is Thursday, November 7th, 2019. Let's take a look at some headlines. It is 8:12 p.m., by the way. Alright, let's take a look at some headlines. T.I. says he goes to gynecologist with 18-year-old daughter to check her hymen. When I first heard this story, I was like, that is a bit messed up for T.I. to go with his 18-year-old daughter to check her hymen. That sounds like some 1600 thing. That sounds like a parent or somebody from like the 1800s or the 1600s checking on their property. It doesn't sound like a parent caring for his daughter. So let's read the story. It says the hymen means nothing physically, and hymen's exams are medically not a thing and are unnecessary, gynecologist Jennifer Gunter said. Rapper and actor T.I. said in an interview that aired Tuesday that he goes with his 18-year-old daughter to the gynecologist each year to check her hymen and make sure it's still intact. The online backlash was immediate, with many on social media slamming his remarks as disgusting, exemplary of harmful parenting, and horrible on so many levels. T.I., whose real name is Clifford Harris Jr., made the remarks on the podcast Ladies Like Us, hosted by Nanzeen Mandi and makeup artist Nadia Moham. When the host asked the rapper if he had the sex talk with his daughters, T.I. responded yes, referring specifically to his daughter Devja Harris, who he said recently started her first year of college. Not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her hymen. The host laughed and once said, "Somebody check on Devhaj. She's a prisoner in her home." "Yes, I go with her," T.I. said. After Deshaj's 16th birthday party, he said he put a sticky note on her door that read Gyno tomorrow 9:30. He then recounted the gynecologist's visit. "So we all go and sit down, the doctor will come and talk, and the doctor is maintaining a high level of professionalism," T.I. said. "He's like, 'Well, sir, I have to in order to share information.' I'm like, 'Dehaj, they want you to sign this so we can share information. Is there anything you would want me to know?' Or, okay, see a doctor ain't no problem." He also said that the gynecologist informed him that the hymen can be broken by means other than sexual intercourse, such as bike riding, athletics, horseback riding, and other athletic physical activity. T.I. said he told the gynecologist, "Look, doc, she don't ride no horses, she don't ride no bike, she don't play no sports. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results expeditiously." He told the podcast host, "I will say, as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact." So that just that just rubs me the wrong way. I know he cares for his daughter, but checking her hymen is like a bit too much for me. Alright, next story. One person dead as a small plane crashes into a house outside of Los Angeles. The craft came down on a single-story home in Upland, California. A small plane crashed into a house in Southern California on Thursday, killing the pilot, officials said. The single-engine Cirrus SR-22 came down in the bedroom community of Upland, which is about 40 miles east of downtown Los Angeles, San Bernardino County firefighters said. The pilot, who was the only person on board, was killed, fire spokesman Chris Saucerman told NBC News. Firefighters rushed to the scene near the 15th Street and Mountain Avenue at 11 a.m. First responders reported that all occupants of the home are accounted for. A father and child were inside the house when the plane came down, but made it out safely, police said. The plane came down just beyond the parking lot of Foothill Bible Church, jarring the whole neighborhood, according to the congregation pastor, Micah Lugg. "We heard it, a loud boom," Lugg said. "It took us out of our offices and we saw the plumes of smoke. We knew it was disastrous by the size of the wreckage." That's so sad to hear that somebody lost their lives and that the home was destroyed. Alright, next. A Texas man shot and killed his wife. He said he was sleepwalking. A Houston man charged with murder in his wife's death admits to shooting her. but contends that he isn't fully responsible because he was sleepwalking at the time. Raymond Lazarine, 67, went on trial this week on the December 2013 death of his wife, Deborah. On the day of her death, Lazarine called his son just before noon and told him he had shot his wife. Houston police said Deborah Lazarine had been shot 6 times, including in the head and back. Raymond Lazarine was taken into custody and a weapon was recovered, but he later told police he thought he was dreaming when he shot his wife of 35. NBC Houston affiliate KPRC reports. Now his lawyers are presenting a sleepwalker defense in court, telling the jury that Lazarine did not supposedly kill his wife and a medical condition is to blame. Our position over here is that it was a dream and it was involuntary. Lazarine's attorney, Pharos F. Merchant, said in the trial, according to KPRC. We had him evaluated, and obviously the experts are going to come by and say, hey, we think he suffers from a medical condition where it's involuntary. Retired Houston homicide detective Phil Waters, who was one of the initial investigators, said he mentioned something that there was more of an off-the-wall comment about, like, if this is like a dream I wish I could wake up from, KPRC reported. Lazarine's son testified that his father had been under a psychiatrist's care for over a decade, taking prescription drugs that he sometimes mixed with alcohol. Lazarine told police he had taken his medication the day of the shooting. So that's pretty weird that he was sleepwalking, he was under medication, and he thought he was dreaming. I can kind of understand that, but at the same time, it's murder. And that's just horrible that that happened. I have heard before of a person sleepwalking when they attacked somebody else, and they had a history of sleepwalking and attacking while they were sleeping. So this isn't uncommon, but it is kind of scary. Alright, final story. Emma Watson. I'm happy to be single. I call it being self-partnered. Emma Watson says she felt stressed and anxious about turning 30 because of pressures on her personal life. The actress, whose birthday is in April, says there's an influx of subliminal messaging around about what you should have achieved by that age. If you do not have a husband, if you do not have a baby, there's just this incredible amount of anxiety, she told British Vogue. But Emma adds that she is happy, single, calling it being self-partnered. And Harry Potter actress says she previously never believed the idea that you could be happy and be single. I was like, that's total spiel. It took me a long time, but I'm very happy being single. I'm glad for her. I'm glad she found some form of happiness, even if she is single. And talking about happiness, when I do all these stories, going through so many negative stories, it kind of like gets to you. So I find that it's easy and good to try to find a center place of meditation or prayer and just kind of like relax from all these stories that are happening in the world. I don't know if you're going through things every day of your life and there's so much going on. There's crimes happening out there, there's troubles, there's chaos going on in the world, and you as a person feel it. So I'm taking this moment to say, find some time in your day or sometime during the week and just relax. Just find peace. Try thinking positive thoughts. What I do is I get the Bible and I read uh, some part of the Bible that seems positive enough and gives you hope and promise, and then I just relax, put it down afterwards, and just relax and start thinking of more positive, relaxing things. It doesn't have to be the Bible. It could be some form of positive video or some kind of just something that will relax you. Find that peace in your life, because with all the things happening out here in this world, it's kind of hard just traveling through the world every day. You gotta find some kind of peace somehow and just relax and bring joy and peacefulness to your life, especially with all these stories happening in this world and all this chaos happening. I hope you guys have a good week and God bless you guys. Remember, I have a sponsor, Dave's Empire 1981. Check out his shop in the link below. and see you guys next time. God bless.